To enable retry on fail in n8n, open any node in your workflow that connects to an external service. Click the Settings tab, then toggle the retry on fail option on. That single action transforms a fragile automation into one that can survive temporary glitches like a slow API or a brief network drop. Once you flip that toggle, two new fields appear: max tries and wait between tries. Set max tries to 3 as a starting point and enter 1000 in the wait between tries field. That means 1 second. Now your node will attempt the operation up to 3 times, pausing 1 second between each try before giving up. You've just made your workflow dramatically more resilient. Let's back up and talk about why this matters so much. n8n workflows often act like a chain of dominoes. One failed node can stop everything downstream. Real-world services aren't perfect. Google Sheets might be overloaded for a few seconds. An API you're calling could be under heavy load. Your internet connection might hiccup. Without error handling, a single 5-second outage can kill an entire automation that otherwise would have worked fine. Retry on fail is n8n's built-in way to say try again in a moment. The problem might clear up. It's not a silver bullet for broken credentials or bad data, but for temporary problems, it's the single most impactful setting you can configure. Now let's walk through the full process so you understand every detail, including the settings you should adjust and the common pitfalls to avoid. First, make sure you're on your n8n dashboard and you have a workflow open. Any workflow will do, but the best candidates are those that connect to external services. Look at the nodes on your canvas. If you see a Google Sheets node, a Gmail node, an HTTP request node, a Slack node, or anything that touches a third-party service, that's your target. Click on that node to open its configuration panel. You'll see several tabs across the top. Parameters, settings, and docs are the usual ones. Go to the Settings tab. Inside Settings, scroll down until you see Retry on Fail. It's a simple toggle switch. Click it to enable it. As soon as you do, 2 new input fields appear. The first is max tries. This is the maximum number of attempts the node will make, including the original try. So if you set max tries to 3, n8n will try once, then retry twice more if needed. A good default for most workflows is 3. If the service is generally reliable, you can use 2. Avoid going above 5 unless you have a specific reason. Too many retries can actually delay your workflow and hammer the external service, which might make the problem worse. The second field is wait between tries, measured in milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds equals 1 second. For most public APIs, 1 to 3 seconds is ideal. Too short, like 200 milliseconds, and you might just hit the same rate limit or server bottleneck again. Too long, like 10 seconds, and your workflow becomes sluggish. A quick tip: if you're hitting API rate limits specifically, a longer wait like 3000 or 5000 milliseconds often works better, because rate limits typically reset within a few seconds to a minute. Once you've configured your settings, take a moment to review them. Make sure the toggle is on, the max tries value is what you intend, and the wait time makes sense. Then save your workflow. That's important. n8n won't retain your settings unless you explicitly save. Now execute the workflow. If you want to test the retry behavior intentionally, you can temporarily disconnect from the internet for a second, or point the node at a non-existent endpoint. But in normal use, you'll just run the workflow and watch. If a node fails temporarily, you'll see it attempt again in the execution view. The node will show a retry count, and you can click on it to see each attempt's log. This is incredibly useful for diagnosing whether your retry strategy is working. If after the workflow finishes, go to the Executions tab in the left sidebar, find the latest run and open it. Look for the node you configured. If it succeeded, great. If it needed retries, you'll see multiple entries for that node with timestamps. This data helps you decide if you need to adjust your settings. For example, if you see that retries always happen at the same time of day, the external service might have a scheduled heavy load period. Or if retries happen but the third attempt always fails too, your max tries might be fine, but your wait time might be too short. One very common mistake is enabling retry on fail on every node in the workflow, including pure data transformation nodes like set or function nodes. Those nodes don't contact external services, so retries won't help them at all. They just waste time. Only enable retries on nodes that make network calls. That includes HTTP request, Google Sheets, Gmail, Slack, Discord, OpenAI, HubSpot, Airtable, Notion, database connectors, and similar nodes. Another pitfall is setting max tries too high. I've seen people set it to 10 or 20. That's almost never useful. If a service is down for more than 10 seconds, waiting 10 seconds and then trying 10 more times just means your workflow is delayed by over a minute for no good reason. Instead, let it fail earlier and notify you, or route that error into a separate error handling workflow. Also remember that retry on fail cannot fix structural problems. If your API key is wrong, if the spreadsheet you're trying to edit doesn't exist, or if you're sending malformed data, no number of retries will help. The node will keep failing, and you'll have wasted execution time and compute resources. Always test your workflow first with good data to confirm everything works. Then enable retries as a safety net for the unpredictable real world. As you build more workflows, make enabling retry on fail a habit. Every time you add a node that reaches out to an external system, immediately open its Settings tab and configure retries. This takes 10 seconds and can save you hours of debugging later. Combine it with other best practices like validating input data, using error workflows, and setting up monitoring. Over time, you'll develop an intuition for exactly how many retries and what wait time each service needs. For most common services like Google Sheets or Slack, 3 retries with a 1-second wait is a solid default that handles the vast majority of transient failures. One more advanced tip. If you have multiple nodes hitting the same external service, consider using the same retry settings on all of them. That way, if the service is having trouble, all your nodes will behave consistently. You can also create a small template workflow with your preferred retry configuration already set, then duplicate it whenever you start a new automation. That saves even more time. Finally, remember to review your execution history periodically, once a week or once a month. Look for nodes that are consistently retrying. That's a signal that something may need your attention. Maybe the external service has become less reliable, or your workflow is hitting it too aggressively. Tweak your settings accordingly. Retry on fail is not a set it and forget it feature. It's a tool you tune over time as your workflows and the services they depend on evolve. Now you have everything you need to build workflows that don't break at the first sign of trouble. Enable retries, configure them thoughtfully, and your automations will run smoothly even when the internet doesn't. If you want to revisit these steps later, save this video or bookmark the n8n documentation page on error handling. It's a great reference as you add retries to more nodes. Thanks for sticking with me and happy automating.